Hello, it's New Thought Tuesdays with Rich Smith and Dean Regan. Trusting divine perfection. How to embrace life knowing you just can't get it wrong. That's what we're talking about today, Rich.
Yeah, welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. Can't get it wrong.
Can't get it wrong.
Yeah, it's always getting right.
It's always getting right.
Are you streaming already? Because we can't get in.
Okay.
We're in New Thought Tuesdays live.
All right. That's great.
I have a feedback.
Oh, you've got feedback. Yes. Okay. Well, we're not sure that we're actually streaming live right now, and our folks in the inner circle are not getting in. So let's see what we're doing. I don't know what to tell you.
We are streaming live.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. We're going to continue on.
Okay, guys, you can't get it wrong. It's always correct. It's always right. It's always good.
We can't get it wrong.
This is good. Sorry, you guys that have to miss us because you can't log in.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing that the idea of, and this is perfect because Frank just came down and said we can't get in. So there's this idea of cannot get it wrong.
Yeah,
spiritually. The first place my head to was I can't get it right. Humanly, that's really not what we're talking about. We're talking about the faith in knowing that even when things don't go in a way that is humanly desired, that faith is always on our side.
Yeah. That's how we create, is through our faith.
Yeah.
I have faith that everything's going to work out today. Just okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Even with the little, sapus. What's the word I'm looking for? Snafus.
Someone, even with the little
snafus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, this is a great subject. I'm really interested in talking more about this,
and I'm going to let you talk about it right now. I'm going to be right.
Okay. So anyways, I just want to talk to my infinite filmmaker creeps, getting my words all mixed up today. Anyways, you guys know that I use the metaphor, life is a movie created by an infinite filmmaker. There's no limit in your movie called life. And so what we have to look at here is that the infinite filmmaker already has your back. Everything is unfolding perfectly, and you just have to believe that. And once you believe it, then you can create. It's all measured according to your belief, correct?
Okay, so once you believe it, all this stuff sounds really good. It sounds really terrific. Yeah, that sounds good. I live the life of infinite possibility. But the issue, the thing that we do here at New Thought Tuesdays is we help to bring our thoughts in an alignment where it becomes effortless to trust. So essentially what we're talking about is having a trust that things are unfolding in a way that is in the highest and best good for all concerned. And to train your thought to see, how is this happening for me? The snafu that you were talking about earlier, Rich, how is that happening for me? How can I stand in the trust knowing that divine perfection is here now present and embrace my life, knowing that, Dean, even if it's technical, you can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
There's that sense of trust. There's that sense of developing that trust. Which we'll go into a little bit more in the inner circle, and maybe you've got some time here, developing that trust and then letting go of doubt.
Yeah. What just happened here, and one of the things you just said, and I know you totally look at it this way, how is this happening for me? But to me, how is this happening for me? Okay, it's like there's something wrong here. Something's going wrong, and I don't believe anything's going wrong. We just It is what it is, We had a little technical area and people are going to accept that. We're going to move on and just let it all go. Let it all go and let go, let God. And let the rest of the show just unveil it in the way it should.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with what happened. People make, technical errors and stuff, and we did.
Yeah. Yes.
It's kind of like if you ever felt uncertain, a second guess a decision that you made. Are you wondering if you're on the right path? Are you wondering if this thing is unfolding the way you want it to unfold? The infinite filmmaker, to me, has already crafted a story, a perfect story of your life, and that you are on track, even when you go live and something happens where people can't get in or whatever. It's like you are on track.
Yes.
We're doing exactly what we're meant to be doing here today.
So I have a quick story about this. Recently, based on my living in concert with life, ministry, and my friends and family, I've been involved in a few celebrations of life. And I've been asked to speak at celebrations of life or to organize them. And in the last two, as I've been sitting there with my remarks prepared, someone else who is also giving remarks has covered almost exactly the same thing that I was going to cover, with almost the exact same quotes. It's fantastic. It was like, huh? But I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, well, that was what I was going to cover in my vernacular. How is this happening for me? And where do I go with the flow of this? This is, as you were saying, Rich, perfection unfolding. And in both cases, what ended up happening in how the remarks were crafted between all of the people and the final gift that was done at these celebrations of life was so perfect. It just was not what was exactly scripted.
Yeah.
So, and in one case, a person was using the analogy of the person being out of sight, which was one of the poet's poems that I was using. And the other case, the idea was, what one person did this leave? This one idea did this person give you in life? And shout it out. Well, the priest involved in the ceremony did the exact same thing. And it's like, okay. So I truncated what I was doing, and just in that moment of potential gulp, as you were saying, Rich, it's all unfolding perfectly.
Yeah.
There's no getting it wrong here.
Yeah.
And it was because of my spiritual and theatrical training, I was able, as a public speaker, to get up and really easily roll with these experiences. And that's what studying this material does.
Yeah.
It allows us to have a foundation, our feet on the metaphorical floor, grounded, with plenty of dance in our step.
Yeah. It's great though, because just what we were talking about earlier, that what you wanted to say and somebody else said it, it got said.
It got said. It got said.
And so that's okay. And
Yes.
like you said, you had the ability, because of your training, to be able to just go with the flow, to go with it.
Right.
Now, let's say you didn't have that training to go with it, and you didn't have the spiritual background.
No, wait, something's wrong here. There's wait, oh God, what? And that energy.
Yeah.
It's the energy that's just like you could even feel in that moment on the video here. It's like, warning, as we say, Will Robinson, it's no danger.
Yeah, no danger.
Just perfection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And seeing that. So seeing the perfection in how things are unfolding, and using spiritual practical tools to shift, it's that word mindset, that psychological word mindset, to allow your whole beingness to understand and to embrace your faith in a power that you're participating with that is even greater than your own.
Yeah. Yeah. And knowing that there's a divine plan for your life. You know, as I always say, as the infinite mind, infinite intelligence sees your life unfolding perfectly, it knows your needs even before you ask for them. Everything is flowing perfectly in perfect order, you know, and every step and every challenge and every choice that you make is part of the divine plan anyways.
Yeah.
So we're co-creating the movie of our life with the infinite filmmaker, and it's perfect, whole, and complete. And so, you know, that's one of the things that I realized with myself too, is, you know, I was working with a client and they were having some challenges with what they wanted to create in their life. And then we were able to, through the work that we did through visioning and prayer treatments, to let go of what they wanted and open up to what showed up. And then the next day, they were looking for a job, and something came up on LinkedIn. Boom! The first thing that came up was exactly what they needed and wanted, even though it wasn't anything they thought of. And so, you know, that's the way this stuff works, is that infinite intelligence has a divine plan for your life that's perfect, whole, and complete. And these little things that go wrong, or seemingly wrong, are right.
Yes. Yes. And this perfection, as we've been pointing out, doesn't mean that it's always by human standards. So let's say this client of yours looked at LinkedIn and saw something, but they want to know it can't be that because I want it to be this and it must be this. Regardless of what they're saying, that energy of must be is getting in the way of their higher good. That energy of almost ego. Your client wasn't experiencing that. They were experiencing a sense of relief, release,
Yeah.
possibility,
Yeah.
even though it may not have been exactly what they were looking for. It was perfection.
Yeah. And, you know, during that whole hour session, that's what we worked on, the idea of letting go of the ego part of it, letting go of what they believe should happen and what does the divine want for them. And then the doors start to open, you know, the doors will start to open because your good is, you know, as I always say, your good is always knocking on your door. We just have to open the door. And we do it through the work, through this kind of work, New Thought Tuesday, Ancient Wisdom, New Thought Teachings.
Where
With
you and I
Dean.
where you and I get to speak. Yes, we're expressing content for the world. That's great. And Dean Lewis Regan is here, and Rich Smith is here, expressing our own sense of new thought, ancient wisdom, and how we're aligning it in our lives, and being, cheerleaders, drum majors for this kind of thinking. And that along with, so this is a way that we build beloved community, but also, like you were saying, Rich, that prayer, meditation, visualization, visioning, reading, study, tithing, service, all of these different things we go to over and over and over again, not to get it right so we know how to do it right, but just to welcome it as a spiritual practice, to allow ourselves to be open to these infinite possibilities.
Yeah, I like that. Infinite possibilities, infinite potential.
Yes.
Is available to each and every one of us, you know. It's unlimited. There's no limitations to what we can create in our life. And when we create it consciously with this consciousness of knowing that there are no limitations, everything in our life is unfolding in perfect order, nothing is being withheld from us, then we can move through life and understand that it's all unfolding perfectly, you know? Dean, faith in this stuff too. You know, let's talk about the faith. Is
Okay.
really important. You know, you had faith, you must have had faith that things were going to work out, even though, I mean, what happened that first time somebody spoke that you were going to say? And, you know, it's like, have you ever seen like the Academy Awards? Somebody gets up and goes, oh, they're ready to give their speech, and somebody had already given the exact same speech, or in an awards ceremony or something.
Or I had it written down, but now this moment is so important that I can't.
Now what do I do?
Yes. Well, and so that's the thing of it's like life is like improv, folks. There's one key idea in improvisation where you see, whose line is it anyway? That kind of, there is only yes. You say yes and yes and so as these things are coming our way spiritually, you go yes and what is so great when you release the illusions of right and wrong, when you release those judgments, when you release those emotional, energetic determinations of ego, when you release them and just go, okay, I know that love is present.
Yeah.
Right here and right now, love is present. And I am involved and enveloped and expressing love. So I'm just going to be in this moment of love.
Yeah.
That's
life.
Loving
Loving
life.
the way it's all unfolding.
Yep.
Loving even the seemingly mistakes.
Right.
Mistake.
Right. Well,
loving it all.
We're talking about you can't get it wrong. The flip side is you also can't get it right. It just is this sense of isness, being in the moment, feeling the rain of this experience pouring over you, that flow, that wash, being in the moment and knowing this moment is perfection.
Yeah. Trust that source, God, infinite intelligence, is taking care of things. You're always on track, and then you release the fear and the mistakes and you just embrace life as it's flowing, and you do it with confidence, knowing that it's all good, shifting your mindset to see that your life is in perfection. It's being revealed to you in perfection right here and right now, even in these challenging times.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
because
today.
when you talk about these challenging times, Rich, yes, even in these challenging times, and most especially in these challenging times, but in the not challenging times as well.
Yeah.
It's a great way to build that spiritual muscle when things are not particularly challenging, to give that appreciation over and over and over, and then also authentically, and also look for the appreciation of the situation that you find yourself, even if some of the things that come up for you are like, this isn't right. This isn't the way I wanted it. This is, take a breath, get over yourself, say a prayer,
move on. And that's what we're going to do in the inner circle.
We're going to move on to the inner circle. How do you get how do you get part of this inner circle, this worldwide famous inner circle? You can go to newthoughttuesdays.com and sign up for an email that will send you the link. Go to newthoughttuesdays.com and sign up. We will send you a link to come and be part of this inner circle after a little bit of an interview with Rich, see how it's right for you, right for the group. Or you can join us here on YouTube. We're all over the place on YouTube and Facebook. So that's a great thing. And am I missing anything, Rich? Did I get anything wrong, Rich?
No. Just go to newthoughttuesdays.com and sign up, and we'll send you a little invitation to Inner Circle, and also to a reminder every week when we do New Thought Tuesdays. Hey.
Okay, so that's enough for today. Off we go to New Thought Tuesdays, the Inner Circle.
Okay. See you next